give you a little glimpse of what I'm working on a Saturday. Happen to be working a little bit today. So I'm working on getting some new sites live, switching from WordPress over to Webflow. And I wanted to drive home the importance of the structure and the copy of a page, wireframes, and what you're saying on the site as being, honestly, in my opinion, by far the most important things on an entire website. Design is important, UX and UI, those things are important, but if you don't nail the copy, if you don't nail the structure, and you make people think too much or things are unclear, then you're just not going to convert them. And I love this tool I'm using called Relume, which helps focus on that initially and make it not as intimidating to open up the blank page editor. And I love the fact that I can go in here first and focus on this and not even go into Webflow or, again, whatever tool you're using. I think Relume just works with Webflow, but the point is you could use any tool. There's SlickPlan is another sort of like agnostic of whatever CMS you're using tool you could use to map out your sitemap, add pages, etc. But the idea, and I'll kind of show you how I get into this, is and of course it uses AI, right? You basically just talk about what you want your new site to be or what your site is, and then it generates the pages for you. It is pretty darn good. It's probably the 80-20 of 80% of the pages are going to be correct and change 20%. So it's a great time saver. So you have your home page, right? And then these are all sort of the sub pages that I'll be having on the site, service pages, about, all these other pages. And so I basically made a minimum viable list of what are the main pages I want to have live in order to launch this thing, public. And so this conversion diagnostic page is going to be one of those pages, as this is going to be sort of our main service we want to run sites through before we even do analytics, because a lot of sites or companies come to us for analytics to start, and we'd like to make sure that there aren't any other glaring issues. Maybe there's some non-accessible pages, some pages with no index, no follows, that you don't want it to be that way. I used to be an in-house SEO, so I have those kind of skills and backgrounds, and basically we've created this productized service to look at these things that may be bigger issues than your analytics, as an example. So anyway, that's the conversion diagnostic. But then after the wireframe, after the sitemap, you can go into these wireframes, and then you can start thinking about, how do I want this to look? And so this conversion diagnostic, right, is going to look kind of like this for the most part. I think this was something I didn't finalize, but this is kind of the general idea. What it is, describing about it, learn what it is. We'll scroll you down. Maybe someone wants to watch a quick 2-minute video. They can click that and pops the modal, and they can get a feel, sort of like the virtual salesperson, of what this is and if it's right for them. These are going to be some trust logos from companies we've done business with before. And then this is going to get into the features of the product. We're talking about the first one here, the second one here, third one here. More here, some testimonials, and then getting into the CTA really of this. So this is kind of the start of this page. This isn't finished, but it really focuses on, again, that structure in the copy, the headlines, then the buttons and the subtext of that headline. That is really crucial and important, and I think it would help people to slow down, to not even worry about, and it's specifically, you notice there's no colors here. That's very much by design. That's important, but not at this stage, right? Just focus on the message and the UX and making it simple, and then you can, follow your design system or your style guide and focus on that. But that's not important at this stage, and I wish more people would start even with landing pages in a tool like this. There's also Balsamiq is a really great tool that I like their mission, to focus on the copy, focus on that UX, and then you can bring it into Figma, or you can bring it into whatever design tool you want to do to make it come to life. That's important, but not at the early stages. And I'm going to have a write-up on this, a LinkedIn article coming out. I think 2 different ones. One is going to be about this process and why this is valuable to divorce yourself from UI at these stages and to focus on the headlines and the CTAs and the messaging and the UX basically. And then the other post that'll be coming out sooner, I think, is element visibility. Like, how do you measure copy on a website and why it's really important to be able to measure that. Most people measure scroll, most people measure time on page, or they combine those two if they're getting fancy, and those are not good methods to understand did they, like, in actual reading of sections on a site. It's better than just a page view, yes, but it's not what you should be focused on with whatever analytics tool you're using. You're objectively not measuring impressions of sections and then the relevant CTA. And I think it's one of the biggest misses with analytics on websites that people don't measure. That and different goal types, which is what I previously wrote about. And if you made it this far, I'll link to that LinkedIn article if you haven't read that already. But hope you're having a great Saturday, and comment below if this resonates with you.